I swear. Hi, I'm new. I don't know what that means, bro. What's up, Tom? How's it going, James? You new? Oh, shoot. Do, 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 do. Tis the season to be jolly. Tis the season to get the hell out of here. How do I get out of this thing? Oh, goodness. Bam, 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 bam. Wait. Pretty sure I want to exit. Thank you. I hope no one. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wowzers. Do 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 do. Oh shoot. Do 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 do. Let me see if I got this right. Just gonna position lock. Yeah. I'm just gonna position lock on Isaiah Thomas. Get your game on. Play this game, you fool.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Bam, bam, bam.
Good evening, sports fans. This
Good
is
evening,
2K
sports
Sports.
fans.
Ernie Johnson,
Get
Shaquille
ready,
O'Neal,
get your butt
Kenny
kicked.
Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Pittsburgh Force going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Taking a look at the 76ers, they got their season.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup, and today's game is the 76ers coming to town for this one. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. So Philadelphia will get the first possession. A look at the 76ers starting group. Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2. Jimmy Butler is out there with Tobias Harris, and it's Embiid in at the 5 down low. Now here's Hood, passes it to Thomas. For 3, Gibson. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Why did
Shots good by Simmons.
This is where Tobias has really improved, keeping his eyes up, making plays for others.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
Thank you, David. So their focus is squarely on the opponent today, in particular that defense they have to contend with.
And I just wonder if they'll try to solve the problems this defense poses by keeping the tempo quick, trying to strike early in the shot clock.
You know, I think a more patient approach would be smart. Concentrate on shot selection and ball movement rather than tempo.
Thomas, no good.
0 for 3 now in the early going, just a little bit out of sync.
Harris kicks to Simmons. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Getting better at facilitating for others. Tobias Harris with the pass that sets up the score.
Hood, the pass to Thomas. Hood deciding where to go with it. Puts up a three.
Oh, can I make
it's
a
hauled
shot,
in by
bro?
Harris.
This is the opposite of how they wanted to start this game. 0 for 4 already.
Reddick finds Simmons.
That's full.
And they pick up 2. Simmons got 6. Simmons gotten 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. Outside Hood. Pass to Carroll. Lets it fly. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
That breaks their string of misses. Now 1 for 5. You can feel their sense of relief.
Here's Simmons. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. Pittsburgh trails by 4.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot in a lot of spots.
Inside, here's Kaminsky, and it goes down 2 points. Kaminsky's got his first basket.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now here is Harris.
Block that full.
Plays it up and banks it in. Harris has got his first points of the night.
Nice bucket. The polished inside game. Something Harris relies on.
Simmons against Thomas. Kaminsky kicks to Thomas. And stolen by Reddick. Harris outside. Here's Embiid. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Pittsburgh. They trail by 6. And Gibson now atop the key.
Good ball back, you fool.
Fires the 3. And no good. And Philadelphia the other way now. Butler feeling out a bit.
It's full.
Simmons dishes to Harris. Basket counts. Harris has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently.
I'll be honest with you.
The vision, the unselfishness.
I don't have much chance against Philadelphia,
That's
bro.
what you want to see out of him.
Now here's Thomas. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Carroll passes to Thomas. Here's Kaminsky.
Ooh, nice rebound.
That's
nice,
in. He's
bro.
got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Love the extra possessions. Defense has them stopped, but can't control the boards.
Oh, that's full.
Simmons finds Harris. Great D that time from Gibson.
Nice.
That was against good defense. He tried to sneak it in, though. We've seen him do it plenty of times.
Back to Thomas. Outside Hood. Clock at 6. Back to Thomas. From the
Can I
arc.
make a shot here? No,
Pittsburgh gets
I
it back
missed.
in a new 24. Carroll passes to Kaminsky. Embiid with the steal. And now the 76ers on the break. Reddick's got the ball. Harris misses.
Nice.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
And don't forget about the long reach that Simmons possesses. He uses it exceptionally well on defense
Man,
to
that
come
big old
away
fool compared to
with
Isaiah
blocks like
Thomas.
that.
Pittsburgh trails by 6. Hood kicks to Carroll. The feed to Thomas. Over Simmons. And it comes off the
Can't make
front of
that
the rim.
either.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Especially in this quarter. He's had a few shots that looked like they would fall, but things haven't gone his way.
Here's Hood and Embiid
That
with the
fool.
block. And he's able to get it back.
All right, we got the rebound.
And it's the 76ers with the ball.
That
They
dude's just
come
a
into
blocking
this
machine
having
there, bro.
outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And you saw that offensive flow they got into, really maximized everything they do well.
What you try to do is dictate the pace, play to your strengths. They were successful at both.
So Pittsburgh ends up going with timeout called, the 76ers. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And so in the game for the 76ers, Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2. Amir Johnson is out there with Tobias Harris, and it's Embiid in at the center position.
And the defense can only do so much when Anthony is locked in. There's nothing you can do to stop that guy.
Redick with it. Now Thomas defending. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game. Pittsburgh making a switch here. Gibson's checked in.
Pittsburgh Force. This my league. I created this team. That's why I got all sorts of players on this team.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
Team thing or whatever.
Just a solid all-around jump shooter.
But I got my player locked on Isaiah
that mid-range area.
I'm only playing him in this game. That's my
Simmons
point guard.
Against Thomas, and it's Hood in the corner. Kicks to Carroll. Lets it go. And there's Pittsburgh with another bucket.
Nice. I wish that would have been a 3 with it.
The 76ers leading by 7.
This fool just goes right around me.
Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Mr. Dependable tonight, helping them grow this lead.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throw tonight.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And Pittsburgh with the possession here. Hood drives in. The dish to Thomas. Makes it off the glass.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
Simmons on the wing. He's guarded by Thomas. Simmons finds Embiid. Yep, it counts. Embiid's got the lead up to 9 now for the 76ers.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Thomas passes to Gibson. Back to Thomas. There's the pass to Hood. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kaminsky. And the rejection by Embiid.
How many blocks does that fool have?
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks. Here's Thomas after Ben Simmons' bucket. Yep, it counts.
Hood is great at getting into the paint, using that high release point of his to get his shot off.
The 76ers leading by 9. Here's Simmons, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Simmons got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Thomas kicks to Kaminsky. Back to Thomas. Over Simmons, and it's blocked by Simmons.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
Redick dishes to Simmons. Back to Redick. Pass to Embiid. Over Kaminsky. Goes back up.
He's right down there for the
2
rebound.
free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You gotta admire the hard work by Simmons, a genius at drawing contact.
The 76ers have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight. When you look around the NBA, are there any small issues you think could grow into bigger issues, Steve, going forward?
Well, I think the one issue right now is what
I mean, I need Hood on Simmons, and then I need to be on Redick. I mean, that's all there is to it.
other teams doing at the end of the year versus trying to stay competitive and win games or trying to look possibly down in the NBA draft lottery.
Right.
I think that's one of those problems that we have to address. I think also small market, I don't think that's much of a problem if you have organizations in the forefront. Winning is in the forefront. I don't think whether it's small market or big market, guys do look at that as far as endorsements, but I don't think that'll be a problem.
Now here's Thomas. It's stolen by Harris. And now Reddick pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
He made that thing. Come on, bro.
Harris has got 4 assists in the game.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Hood finds Thomas on the money with the shot from the left block. Thomas got his second bucket of the game to go.
Unselfish play by Hood. Could take it himself, but finds the open man.
Simmons passes to Reddick. Marjanovic with it. Gibson with the steal. Outside Hood. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Ben Simmons.
Rodney Hood has good size at 6'8". Really uses his frame well to get his shots off.
Pittsburgh shooting their first free throws here for the night.
That's changing my team to farts?
The first one falls. And so he hits both.
This is where he feels 100% comfortable taking all the free points he can get.
And here's Reddick. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They've led by as many as 14 points. No good from Simmons.
He likes to work that in-between area, upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
Gibson passes to Thomas. Knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Jeremy Grant is checked in for Pittsburgh. 1:11 left to play in the first half. Hood kicks to Grant. 6 on the shot clock. Over Harris. And again, it's Pittsburgh missing. Philadelphia leading by 10. Oh, the lob for Simmons. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, just phenomenal timing from Simmons. Leaving the ground once the pass was released and tapping that bucket apart.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour. Hubber Habit.
Shoot.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Reddick. Here's Embiid. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. Embiid's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Thomas kicks to Hood. Right side, Thomas. Over Harris. Thomas, no good. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Left side, Hood shoots over Reddick.
Good defense from JJ. He competes out there, and that's what you love to see.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Whatever, bro.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We got to be playing Philadelphia the first game.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ben Simmons putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 17 points, 2 block shots, and 1 rebound. He's got one of those streaks going lately where it doesn't seem like he can be stopped. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
Yeah, the effort and intensity from a defensive standpoint has just really been superb, really firing up his team.
his rim protection in the first half. That allows his teammates to extend out defensively because they know he's lurking in the background.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And Pittsburgh looking at who they've got out there. We've got Hood. Taj Gibson is out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Damari Carroll. And it's Thomas in a...
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game. He's perfect from the line this time.
14. Only down by 14. It's all
Philadelphia
good,
leading by 14. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's his first foul. Simmons against Hood. Outside, Redick. Kept alive.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Do it, bro.
Carroll finds Thomas.
There he is, wide open.
Here's Hood. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
Hood is good.
And it's 8 points for Rodney Hood.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
To the middle. Here's Harris. Pittsburgh pulls it in.
Bring that ball.
Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game, and they need to avoid that.
Carroll dishes to Thomas. Redick against Hood. 5 on the clock. Over Harris. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Saransky's checked in for Isaiah Thomas. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Nice.
At one point, they led by 16. The shot by Redick, no good.
Tough night for him shooting the basketball, but this team has been resilient. That's why they hold the lead.
Thomas kicks to Tice. Tries it from 19. But they get it back. Pittsburgh working the ball around. Thomas passes to Tice. 5 on the clock. Another shot.
Did I just freaking travel right there?
Ooh, that's the one when you watch the film back, he's going to cringe. He couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
Passes it to McConnell. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
Thomas outside. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Bengals.
1:51 left to play in the third. It's good. 8 points for Greg Monroe.
Come on.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Pittsburgh trails by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
McConnell kicks to Redick. That 3 off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the dunk by Grant.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Now, here's McConnell, guarded by Bradley. Butler against Grant. Here's Redick. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the 76ers lead by 7. Grant, right side. Outside Bradley. Thomas finds Bradley. Back to Thomas from outside the arc. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Yeah, it's 4-9, bro.
That's an excellent pass. On time, on target. Great teamwork.
NBA dish.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Anthony. Back to Thomas. Anthony up on top. Grant outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Monroe. Redick with the 3. No good there. The third quarter comes to a close. 76ers lead by 9. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
Man, these fools.
How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Marjanovic is out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's C.J. McConnell. And it's Butler in at the 3 spot.
Shooting for your force, Carmelo Anthony. At the line for 2.
All right. Come on, bro. Make these.
He misses the free throw. And Philadelphia making a change here. Simmons is checked in.
Make this one.
And he sinks the second.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Butler in the corner.
Why am I guarding Butler?
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
The physicality of Jimmy Butler poses so many issues for defenders.
And he knocks down the first one. Pittsburgh making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. And so Butler nails both of them. Now, here's Thomas.
We'll take the ball. We'll pass it back.
Harris against Gibson. Hood dishes to Thomas. He kicks it to Kaminsky. On its way from Gibson for 2, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
He's an unselfish player, but I like to see Gibson looking for a shot a little bit more.
Simmons against Hood. And Harris wide open. He shoots. His 3-pointer's off the mark. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for Pittsburgh. 8-point game. From outside, off the mark.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
You know what? Be thoughtful.
Harris passes to Simmons. Pass to Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
I love that about Jimmy Butler.
Screw you, bro.
Sees a little bit of daylight, takes it, and slams it.
Kaminsky kicks to Thomas. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Here's Hood. That one falls coming off of Thomas's feet. 10 points for Rodney Hood.
He had just enough breathing room around the basket, and he found a way to convert it.
Redick is in the corner. Good on the triple.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
Tamari Carroll's checked in for Pittsburgh. The 76ers also with a sub. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Marjanovic. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Pittsburgh's head coach talked to his team during that timeout. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Thank you, David. Gibson finds Thomas. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
It's just been a frustrating day for him all the way around, and it's rubbed off now, I think, on the rest of the team.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the athleticism that Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats.
Yo, bro,
that free throw missing.
Simmons, all right. You fool.
And the second free throw, good. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Feeds it to Kaminsky. Hood, the pass to Thomas. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Ben Simmons.
Holy crap,
and you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Isaiah Thomas. Taking 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. No good on the second free throw.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Kicks it to Embiid. There's the pass to Butler.
Great use of the pump fake from Jimmy Butler. Really getting the defense to jump in the air.
Trey, what's up, man?
And the first one at the line is good. Both shots good from the stripe.
What I like about Jimmy Butler, he excels on both ends of the floor.
Thomas kicks to Hood. Back to Thomas. Pittsburgh working the ball around.
Oh, why didn't you?
Pass to Kaminsky. Back to Thomas. Poked away. It's stolen by Harris. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And there it is for him. And the 76ers lead by 19.
He's a fluid athlete who knows what he's doing. Nice finish by Tobias Harris in transition.
To the wing right side. And Gibson kicks to Hood. Shoots over Redick. They get it back. Gibson. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul. And he's called for the
That's what I'm saying.
Boy, a very hard foul that time. And the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. That's good from Gibson.
I just love the way Gibson plays the game. Defensive-minded, willing to do whatever it takes. It's easy to see why his teammates respect him.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
All right.
And stolen by Simmons.
Bro, you passed it right to him. Like legit.
And the wide open shot from Redick.
Freaking Lee Redick
Basket
wide
is
open.
good. The assist from Harris.
Gosh, bro.
Harris has got 6 assists here tonight. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Thomas kicks to Kaminsky. Hood against Redick. Now here's Hood. He's covered closely. Misses from short range.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. And the point differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding.
You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
It's stolen by Harris. Redick is in the corner. Again, Philadelphia.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And it's Carroll in the corner. And stolen by Simmons. Now the 76ers on the break. Moving it up. Embiid inside. Kaminsky's there. Embiid, no good.
That ball just want to stay up there.
Now here's Carroll. Defended by Butler. Outside Hood, looking to end the run. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since
First time I
halftime.
seen
It's
him
a
throw,
different look
shoot
than what
three.
we saw in the first half.
About time, you fool.
Outside for Redick. Passes it to Harris. Over Gibson. 4 on the shot clock. Harris misses. Pittsburgh trails by 21. To the inside, Thomas. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
And the shot goes in.
And really, Simmons makes it look so easy. The way he's attacking defenses from multiple angles is really just commendable.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. They're behind by 21. 1:57 left in the game. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next.
All right, all right. Two out of 2 from 3 points. See why? Well, whatever. No, what? Oh, the Bulls. Well, that's gonna be a win. Bam, 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 bam. I'm playing Lock on Hood this time.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everybody, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Very happy to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith, and relatively happy to be here with Shaq. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Pittsburgh Force. For Pittsburgh, coming off a loss in the first game of the season, they'll no doubt be anxious to put tonight's contest in the win column and avoid an 0-2 start. And for the Chicago Bulls, it's a full-on youth movement. Over a year ago, they traded Jimmy Butler, let go of D. Wade. Shaq, it's all about the future now.
Yeah, Ernie, it was too much drama beforehand, so they decided to...
What's that?
Let's blow things up. So now, that's a great...
This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. To Philadelphia. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
And the biggest problem for them in that game, even as they got into foul trouble, they could just never pull back.
Yeah, they just stayed aggressive the whole way, and you love the effort, but the fouls limited what they could do with their rotations here tonight.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. And it's Porter in at the 3. Now, here's Thomas. Pittsburgh working the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Shot from 16. And that one hits back iron. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Bulls. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Carter outside. On the wing, Levine. This one for 3. Drops in the tray. Levine's got 5.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Thomas dishes to Hood. Looks for Thomas, gets it to him, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Yeah, Hood does a good job there of surveying the floor and being ready to deliver the pass.
Dunn left side. Levine kicks to Carter. Pass to Dunn. Here's Levine. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And so Levine nails both of them. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Outside Hood. Over Levine. Hood can't get it to go.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
Here's Pittsburgh with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Carroll kicks to Hood. Outside for Thomas. Passes it to Hood. It's Carroll on the wing. Three-pointer. That shot off. Nice D from Levine. It's been a quick start here for Chicago. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Kaminsky.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Thomas feeling it out a bit. The dish to Hood. Thomas passes to Hood. Lock at 6. Thomas finds Hood over Levine. Here's Kaminsky. And there's the bucket. Stand with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Kaminsky's got his first bucket of the night. In the corner, it's Levine. Hits the jumper in space.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
And it'll be Pittsburgh with their first time out of the game here.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Now, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Now here's Thomas. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Gibson. Knocks it loose.
Wait, what?
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Oh, come on.
And here are the Bulls now, leading by 5 to the paint. Levine. And Levine throws it down.
And this is why defensively you can't afford to let Levine get to the rim. Too much explosiveness.
Levine's gone 67% from the field, 4 of 6. Thomas kicks to Hood. And again, it's Pittsburgh missing.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Now, here's Dunn. No points in the game yet for him. Levine wide open. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul. Gibson against Markkanen. Gibson dishes to Hood. And it's Carroll in the corner. Here's Kaminsky.
And so far, having trouble converting on the inside.
And just miss after miss right now. Levine up top, covered by Hood from downtown. The rebound by Gibson. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for Pittsburgh. Trailing by 10. Thomas goes in. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan.
For Pittsburgh, they made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Just get a feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one. This guy eats, drinks, and breathes basketball, but he's at it here tonight.
Jamari Carroll is out there with Anthony. Then it's Thomas. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Kaminsky in at the 5, patrolling the paint.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And for Chicago, Markkanen is the 4, with Lopez in the middle. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. Then it's Chris Dunn. And it's Lemon in at the shooting guard position. Back to Carroll, 6 to shoot. He gets it in there. Carroll's got his first points of the game.
And how about Carroll using his size there, taking it strong inside?
Lemon, the pass to Lopez. And there's the pass to Dunn. Here's Lemon. He's guarded by Thomas. And he gets it to go.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
I really like the idea that his teammates are waiting until he's in great spots to finish off the possessions. Everything's working.
Back to Hood. Dunn with some nice D. The Bulls leading by 7. Down low. Pass to Lemon. There's the 3. That one, no good. So Pittsburgh will take it the other way. Hood on the wing. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Pittsburgh. Thomas, it's a wide open look. There's Kaminsky, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
Here's Dunn. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Kicks to Markkanen. Pittsburgh pulls it in. Hood with it. Now guarded by Dunn. Kaminsky misses.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Lemon, the pass to Dunn, and stolen by Hood. Thomas finds Hood from deep 3-point range. It's hauled in by Dunn.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
Pass to Porter. Lopez outside. Passes to Lemon. Just 5 to shoot. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Here's Markkanen. Isaiah Thomas grabs the board.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
To the left side wing. And stolen by Dunn. And here's the fast break. Dunn leading the way. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Dunn attacking. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Rodney Hood.
Clearly a foul.
Bulls shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. No good on the free throw. Zach LaVine's checked in for Chicago. And the second free throw, good.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Hood on the wing, guarded by LaVine. Gibson in the post. Markkanen on him.
Got to keep Taj out of the post. How many of those have we seen?
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. LaVine for 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 5 assists in the game.
10 out of 10.
Pittsburgh trails by 6.
Yeah.
The three from Thomas, nailed from three-point land. Thomas got 7.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the three-point line. Looks like we're seeing...
Oh, that athletic there. He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far, and that one misses.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Carter, he's checked in for Robin Lopez, and he's good on the second. Done with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. He kicks it to Markkanen. Carter outside. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Now the pass to Dunn. To the middle. Here's Levine. Got a hand on it. In transition. Here comes Pittsburgh. Carroll's running. Thomas, no good.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
Count it.
And I tell you what, Markkanen has already mastered the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm.
Pass to Carroll. Out to the right wing. Unloads from 13. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Hood's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, not a good idea to leave him alone. He'll make you pay for that mid-range.
Gibson against Markkanen. And Levine, here we go. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
The defense has to take the ball out.
We come back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Zach LaVine led the way in the first half. He had 27 points and 2 assists. He's been in the midst of some incredible games lately, and tonight he's got it going again. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, the offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Well, they're shooting in the low 30s from downtown. That's not disastrous. That's terrible. But it's a big reason why they're not winning this game.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Yeah, how about the lot lizards in for my cheerleaders?
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, on the cut, off the dribble, he is a factor, and we saw that in the first half.
Coaches talk about having slashers on the team, and this is what they do. They get into the heart of the defense. They force difficult rotations. He's been tough to contain.
We've got Isaiah Thomas. Taj Gibson is out there with Damari Carroll. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Hood in at the 2. Yep, that one goes. Carroll's got the first points of the second half up on the board for Pittsburgh.
And usually Carroll will stay beyond the arc, that time stepping in for the basket.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Chicago right now, and down low, it's Markkanen and Carter.
They just had a call.
Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And it's Porter in at the small forward. Bulls shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. Pittsburgh trails by 5. Thomas kicks to Carroll. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Levine passes to Porter. Over Gibson. Porter, no luck. Carroll against Porter. Carroll finds Hood. Left side, Gibson. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Can't nail the jumper. The Bulls leading by 5. Here's Levine. The shot misses. Great D that time from Gibson.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Hood. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Foul.
Hood's got his second basket.
You got to remember, Rodney Hood, 6'8", so he has the size needed to be a factor on the inside if he stays aggressive.
Here's Levine. He's got 29 points. Down low. Here's Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
And you know what? He's a great player to run the pick and roll with. I mean, he operates really well in that set, and all he needs is a little bit of daylight, and the young fella is golden.
Great open look there. And that's now 10 points for Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Levine kicks to Carter. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And Levine, here we go. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And this is what the schedule looks like for Pittsburgh. On Sunday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for the matchup with the Heat, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Chicago making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. And he sinks the second. Now Thomas, 10 points for him. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
Nice. They sure have, David. Thank you.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Pass to Markkanen. Porter looking it over to the left wing. 6 to shoot. Lopez outside. Takes the 3. The Bulls get it back in a new 24. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And that one, good.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
And here is Thomas. That's tipped.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Nice. Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
When you see a teammate over-rotate, you just swing it around, the perimeter's wide open.
Levine can't hit.
Somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And Pittsburgh with some changes.
One shot.
Now we're down by 6.
And here's Thomas, who brings it up for Pittsburgh. 6-point game. Jamari Carroll is out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's Rodney Hood. Then it's Thomas. And it's Tice in at the 5.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be and gets a little lazy about what it could be.
Markkanen passes to Dunn. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I love seeing Dunn use his creative side to get these calls. He is simply amazing at putting defenders in a tough spot.
And he makes both free throws. Now here's Thomas. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Dishes it to Hood. Passes it to Tice. Shot clock at 6. Back to Hood. Puts it up. And right on target. Good.
It's a way to be ready offensively for the pass. It's pretty clear that Rodney was ready to shoot it once he caught it.
And the pass to Harrison. Pittsburgh pulls it in.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
Carroll dishes to Hood. It's Carroll on the wing. Guarded by Porter. Tice kicks to Thomas. Three-pointer. Drills it from outside.
Nice.
Now it's just a three-point Bulls lead.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
Well, you concern yourself with the other guys who you think are going to damage you, and he stepped up and delivered that huge three-point shot.
There's Harrison. Goodbye, Hood. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pittsburgh making a switch here. Kaminsky's checked in. Zach LaVine's checked in for the Bulls. Carter, the pass to Dunn. Some nice ball.
Oh man.
This full.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Inside. Drops in the layup for 2. Dunn's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Thomas. Kicks to Hood. He dishes it to Carroll. Just 5 on the clock. No good on the 3. The Bulls leading by 7. And LaVine, here we go. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. LaVine's got 39.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, I know the defense has 5 guys, but collectively they're no match for this guy. He is roasting them.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Pittsburgh's head coach talked to his team during that timeout. He said, guys, we look like we're running in mud. Let's get out and see the early offense. And if it's not there, let's run the half-court offense. Pretty good advice, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And that one drops for him. And here are the Bulls now. They've led by as much as 10. Markkanen with it. He kicks to Carter. On the wing, Porter. LaVine for 3. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, he was terrific in the first half, guys. Maybe some adjustments from the opposing team coach, and he's lost a little bit of that touch here in the second.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
LaVine. Pittsburgh pulls it in. Gibson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Zach LaVine.
Kaminsky. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. And Chicago has possession. 3-point lead. And it's done penetrating. Here's Carter. Off on the layup.
You combine his massive size and then his desire to pound the glass, it makes him a tough cover on the board.
Hood can't get it to go.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Pass to Dunn. There's the dish to Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. Porter against Gibson. And that one's good by Porter.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Thomas finds Hood. Now here's Gibson. Outside Hood. Outside Thomas. Takes a 3. That one doesn't go. And the Bulls going the other way now to the paint. And there's Dunn on the assist by Levine. Levine's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Thomas. Kicks it to Kaminsky. There's the feed to Hood. Stolen by Markkanen. Levine inside the 3-point line. It's good on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 9.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. They're trailing by 9. There's 1:40 left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Zach LaVine.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. Here's Thomas. 1:27 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Kaminsky. And the layup's good off the glass.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
To the inside, Gibson with the steal.
Not completely over, but it's getting close.
Yeah, but you still got to play this one out. Near impossible, but I've seen stranger things happen.
Oh, man.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They've led by as much as 10. Carter with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. Here's Markkanen. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within. 41 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And Zettabytetv kicks to Hood. Stolen by Levine. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing.
Just take the ball. There you go,
the
bro.
game plan has
done.
been built around him.
Oh, gosh.
Inside. Knocked loose. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Six seconds left in the 4th quarter. And so it's Chicago winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey folks, I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up against the Pittsburgh Force. For Pittsburgh, this is a big game coming up for them. They've dropped their first 2 games, and the last thing they want to do is open the season 0-3. That is not the way to tip things off. And tonight, we'll see Andre Drummond, one of the more voracious.
It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. To Chicago.
And no doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
And over time, it looked like they were resigned to their fate. They kind of gave in. It's hard to come back when you get down like they were, and they just didn't seem to have enough fight to make a go of it.
They've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And Pittsburgh, looking at who they've got out there. Isaiah Thomas out there with Hood. Then it's Damari Carroll. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Kaminsky in at the center position. Thomas kicks to Carroll. The pass to Gibson. Pittsburgh working the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Hood dishes to Gibson. No good on the 3. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Detroit. Griffin. No good off the back of the rim. Jackson against Thomas. Hood on the wing. Pass to Kaminsky. Outside Thomas. He kicks to Gibson. Carroll against Robinson. Count that bucket. Carroll's got the opening bucket of the night here for Pittsburgh.
Like how assertive Carroll is near the basket, capitalizing inside.
Pass to Griffin. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now, here's Thomas. And Damari Carroll, good for 3. Carroll's got 5 now.
He is a legit catch-and-shoot option. Damari Carroll comfortable rising up as soon as he gets it.
Jackson finds Robinson. And here's Griffin. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Now here's Carroll. He has 5. Back to Gibson. Count that one.
And you know what? I think if you hit Gibson, you got to really wrap him up and whack him because he's good at scoring through contact.
Jackson kicks to Robinson. Pass to Drummond. The pass to Griffin. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Pistons shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
The first free throw is good.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it, too.
Both free throws good from Griffin. Here's Thomas. He dishes it to Gibson, and that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Outside Gibson. Outside Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Hits it from three-point range. Thomas got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pistons. 4-point game. Detroit, no good that time either. To the paint, Griffin with the steal. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. All going up court, and Drummond throws it down.
Let the big dog eat. Love seeing Drummond throw it down like that. Beautiful.
Outside Gibson. Kicks to Carroll. And it's sent back by Drummond. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
No good from Gibson.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Griffin's shot is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
11 feet away, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Thomas got his second bucket of the night.
And, you know, the attitude of Thomas is aggressive and assertive, and he does not let good defense dissuade him.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. And, oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Taj Gibson picks one up. The Pistons shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. That's good from Blake Griffin for the Pistons. And Pittsburgh looking at who they've got out there. Taj Gibson is out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Rodney Hood. Then it's Damari Carroll. And it's Thomas in at the point. Now here's Hood. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Trying to get open is Gibson. Thomas, that's good. And Pittsburgh leads by 3.
Great combination of quickness and slick moves near the basket. Thomas more comfortable in the paint than some big guys.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Pulls it up, and he makes good on his first shot of the game. Kennard's got his first points of the game. Here's Pittsburgh with the ball. They trail by 1. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Kaminsky, the pass to Hood. 6 on the shot clock. Pittsburgh needs to get off a shot here. No good from Gibson.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
The shot's good from Griffin. Now it's a 5-point Piston lead.
Boy, he's dangerous right now. He feels like he's making every shot he puts up.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Hood deciding where to go with it. In the corner, Gibson with it. Shoots over Ellington, and again it's Pittsburgh missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Griffin. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Thomas kicks to Hood. They could use a bucket, and Thomas is good for 3. Thomas got 8 points here in this quarter.
So much more confident doing this now than he was earlier in his career. IT showing the range.
Outside Jackson. Here's Griffin. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And that's 18 points for Blake Griffin.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Thomas finds Gibson. Out left to the wing. Kaminsky, the pass to Thomas. Now here's Gibson, guarded by Jackson. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know, this just hasn't been his quarter. I mean, he doesn't seem to be comfortable at all, particularly shooting. I mean, he knows he's struggling right now.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Hey, that's a big piece of the pie when you're talking about winning basketball, fast break points. I mean, because most of the time, those are easy hoops. I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Carroll kicks to Kaminsky. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Griffin's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Jackson. To the middle. Here's Ellington. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. And now it's an 11-point Piston lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter was all about Blake Griffin. He had 20 points, 2 steals, and 6 rebounds. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass. And
that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
And through the first two quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
Yeah, a real game changer in that regard, too. I mean, his activity was great. Excelled at finding ways to come up with those steals.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Pittsburgh trails by 11. The athletic front pair is Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard, and it's Robinson in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Gibson for 3, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Gibson's got the first bucket of the third here for Pittsburgh. Jackson kicks to Robinson, back to Jackson. It's stolen by Carroll, stolen by Robinson, up and in on the layup. Robinson's got his second basket of the night.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Just 5 to shoot. Thomas, it's a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And it's sent back by Drummond. Griffin looking it over. He kicks it to Jackson. Back to Griffin. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's his third foul of the game. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Here's Griffin. His three-pointer's off the mark. And it's Carroll with the ball for Pittsburgh. It's a 10-point game. Passes it to Gibson. Kicks it to Thomas. Back to Gibson. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Gibson's got 5 points in the quarter.
You don't want to leave guys free when Thomas has the ball. He's really good at finding the open man. Solid possession there.
Jackson finds Drummond. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Put on the wing, guarded by Robinson. Shot clock at 6. Fires for 3. Pass to Carroll. Lets it go from deep. Cans it from downtown. Carroll's got 8 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Thomas passes to Hood. Outside Thomas. Over Jackson, and Jackson with the block. And he recovers it, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Detroit making a switch here. Ellington's checked in. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Jackson against Thomas. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Right side, Griffin. Shot clock at 5. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Drummond. It's good on the putback. Drummond's got the lead up to 11 now for Detroit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Smith checked in for the Pistons. Pittsburgh trails by 11. Thomas finds Hood. Now Carroll. Back to Gibson. Looks for Thomas, gets it to him, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And although Thomas is a generous 5'9", he does not fear anybody. I mean, takes it up strong. We'll see if he can cash in at the line here.
That free throw, no good.
You know, it's so much fun watching Thomas play. I mean, his game is similar to Allen Iverson's in some ways, particularly when you think about the confidence both of those guys played with. They never back down.
No luck that time either. Detroit leading by 11. The feed to Smith. Down low. Griffin dishes to Smith. Can't cash in from close range. And Pittsburgh with the possession here. Hood with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. Anthony. To the paint. Here's Jackson. Banked in off the glass. Jackson's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Pistons.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
And Pittsburgh looking at who they've got out there. Rodney Hood out there with Thomas Satoransky. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Grant. And it's Tice in at the 5, roaming the paint. Right wing, Robinson for 3. Pittsburgh pulls it in. Satoransky the pass to Gibson. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. The pass to Tice to the left wing. Clock at 4, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And hate to make a mistake there, have to stay focused.
Greg, I think they're just giving the game to him at this point. Can't make those kinds of errors.
Jackson kicks to Pachulia. And Thomas Satoransky against the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Kennard, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. Stolen by Satoransky. Pass to Gibson. Grant outside. Fires it up. No good from Gibson. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. To the paint. Here's Lure. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Good ball movement. Wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Pittsburgh trails by 19. Outside Gibson. Free throw line jump shot. And again, it's Pittsburgh missing. Here's Jackson. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Pistons leading by 21. He kicks it to Lure. Satoransky against Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Teams of the past would often pound the offensive glass, Clark. I think of the '84 Celtics. But now teams are running only one, maybe two guys to the offensive boards.
I think a big part of it is transition defense is so important that teams now don't send as many people to the offensive glass. But the flip side of that is if you get offensive rebounds, you get opportunities to score, and you can thwart transition chances. So I tilt towards trying to get to the offensive glass as long as you've got a couple of guys that are really good at it.
Thomas finds Gibson. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Robinson. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Jackson passes to Lure. And finished off by Lure.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
Grant outside. Clock at 6. Inside. Tice passes to Gibson. Out to Hood. Passes to Thomas. From deep. Back to Gibson. Over Lure. That's short off the rim.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Well, one more and that's it. He'll be DQ'd, disqualified. He's got to be able to defend without picking up that last.
Now Hood. Dishes to Thomas. To the middle. Here's Gibson. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got 3 assists now in this one.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
There's Jackson with the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Jackson's got 11 in the second half.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Here's Hood, and there's Pittsburgh with another bucket.
And he should thank the D for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Smith surveying the D. Outside Jackson. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Outside Gibson. Hood kicks to Thomas. Here's Gibson. And it's Carroll in the corner. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Jackson. The dish to Smith. Back to Jackson. Pass to Smith. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And it's Drummond with the jam.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Thomas kicks to Gibson. Back to Thomas. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. And there's Pittsburgh with another bucket.
Good body control that time by Frank Kaminsky. Seems to me that he's got really good balance and rhythm when he's catching and shooting.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Detroit.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Craig. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Reggie Jackson.
Well, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in, Kevin. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
Here's Drummond, outside for Jackson. Out to the wing, 6 on the shot clock, and then Griffin with the dunk.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
Right side, Gibson. Carroll against Robinson. Carroll passes to Kaminsky. Thomas dishes to Gibson. Here's Kaminsky, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Pittsburgh Force. For Pittsburgh, you look at how this roster is constructed, the types of plays they run, they're looking to match up well.
Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. So for the Spurs, their last game, a loss to the Golden State Warriors. And guys, the hometown fans not pleased with that dreadful performance. They saw their team get knocked out cold.
And no doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, Greg, they just weren't ready for that game. It looked like they just weren't prepared. The final score tells you the story.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Gay and Aldridge are up front. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the 2. Now, here's DeRozan. He kicks it to Murray. Pass to Gay. 5 on the clock. Buries the long-range jumper. Gay's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Come on, you can't allow Gay to get comfortable from beyond the arc. He really stretches the D when he's nailing that long ball.
Thomas passes to Gibson. Hood with it. He's covered by Gay. Back to Hood. Poked loose. Kaminsky kicks to Hood. Shoots over Walker. Hood can't get it to go.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
It's deflected.
And despite the short wingspan for a big man, Kaminsky with the height and timing to still block shots.
Hood dishes to Carroll. Kaminsky in the corner. Carroll against DeRozan. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. In transition, here come the Spurs. Gay with the ball. Shot's good by Walker.
If you let him get that deep, this is what you can expect.
Yeah, well, with his toughness and skills in there, it's a rough problem to fix.
Now, here's Thomas. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I caught up with Greg Popovich. This is the first meeting of the season between these teams, and he stressed to his guys the need to rely on their instincts at the offensive end. He said, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses without forcing things. If we keep doing that, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if they can keep that up tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
David, thank you. Sounds like shooting is what he's concerned with most early on.
Yeah, they're looking for a controlled, patient offense today, and the key to that will be shot selection.
Oh, it's ball movement. The key is everybody has to stay involved on offense. The best way to get good shots is to make sure the defense can't focus on any one player. I don't care who it is. You can't leave him wide open from that range.
Right side, Gibson. DeRozan against Carroll. 6 to shoot. Hood kicks to Carroll. Pittsburgh needs to get off a shot here. Hood can't get it to go.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
And they're able to recover. That one falls. Gay's got 5. And it'll be Pittsburgh with their first time out of the game here.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Man, they straight up been getting smoked over the stretch. They really need to refocus here.
And so Thomas will bring it up for Pittsburgh, trailing by 5. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And the shot goes in. Gibson's got his first basket of the night.
Nice work to get in position for the rebound and the putback. He has no off switch.
Murray against Gibson. Murray, good.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here's Thomas. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. The pass to Kaminsky. Doesn't go that time. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Outside, Walker. Murray outside. Kicks to DeRozan. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
For Pittsburgh, they've made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. And that one misses.
He was named Player of the Year coming out of college. But Kaminsky is still adjusting to the speed of the NBA game.
On the floor for San Antonio, Gay and Aldridge are up front. Mills out there with Murray. And it's Walker in at the small forward. Thomas finds Carroll. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Deflected by Murray. Outside, Walker. Pass to Murray. He kicks to Gay. Over Gibson. And that one's good by Gay. Gay's got the game tied up here for San Antonio.
And Gay is very confident from the mid-range. When he has his feet under him, he's extremely reliable from there.
Thomas passes to Carroll. Hood dishes to Carroll. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, Thomas. And again, it's Pittsburgh missing.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That's his first foul. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's San Antonio. This run now up to 13-2. And they take the lead. Walker's got 5 points so far.
Oh, and Gay is a man of many talents, a sharp passer who puts the team above all else.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh with the possession here. It's a 3-point game. Thomas kicks to Carroll. Feeds to Gibson. Stolen by Gay. Inside. The kick out to Walker. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Aldridge finds Walker. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Thomas surveying the D. Hood, the pass to Carroll. Out to the right wing. Just 4 to shoot. It's Thomas outside. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
And with his usual degree of difficulty, I mean, that's an easy one. Thomas able to just catch and release.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs got through some tension in their relationship early on. Now, Greg Popovich said it became apparent that it really was me. He'd been in the league for 9 years. I'm not going to turn him into some other player. That was just silly. So we took care of it, and he's been fantastic. Guys?
That's why Pop is the best in the business, DA. He's always going to figure it out. Thanks.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Pittsburgh making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. And San Antonio also making a switch. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Patty Mills. Bradley kicks to Carroll. Pass to Kaminsky. Bradley against Walker. Good work there as it goes. Bradley's got 5.
Oh, brave in the paint, Bradley gets it done.
Last outing for Pittsburgh, it was a loss to Detroit. Tries from 16, and Aldridge the basket on the assist by Murray. And the Spurs lead by 4.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Oh, come on, he's fluid from that medium range. He gets everything working together.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. 9 points for Walker.
They've leaned on him tonight, and he's delivered with some great shooting.
Now here's Carroll. The dish to Thomas. Bradley deciding where to go with it. And finished off by Kaminsky.
Oh, nice look by Bradley, moving it to the open man.
Spurs leading by 4. Walker in the corner. No good from outside.
Oh, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open 3 like that.
Thomas against Murray. Carroll with the 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Left side Walker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Spurs shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. That free throw good from Walker. And Pittsburgh with some changes. And so it's San Antonio holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be right back after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hello to the people, Shaq.
Hola.
Kenny's here. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. They were in the driver's seat once we got into the second quarter. Their lead is now 8 here at the half, and they've got all the momentum on their side. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were...
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
Vince, again, what do you need? What's happening? What's up, man? How's it going?
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Here's Murray. They've got Damari Carroll out there. Rodney Hood out there with Isaiah Thomas. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Gibson in at the 4 slot. Drops in the tray.
Oh, and if you were the defense, you have to be right in the jersey of Gay. A knockdown threat on the catch and shoot.
And for San Antonio, Gay and Aldridge are up front. Then there's Murray. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 2. DeRozan against Carroll. Shot clock at 6. Left side, Gibson. Gay with the block.
And Gay has put a ton of work into his defense over the years. Specifically, it's how he times blocking those shots.
Spurs leading by 11. We've got Rodney Hood. Taj Gibson is out there with Damari Carroll. Then it's Thomas. And it's Kaminsky in at the 5 spot. Here's Aldridge. Second shot opportunity. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And the first one drops. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
What an advantage for a big man to have that smooth stroke at the line.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Gay and Aldridge are up front. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the 2.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Outside Thomas. He doesn't hit that one. Nice D from DeRozan. Here's Gay, and the jam by Rudy Gay.
And Gay loves putting on the show when the time is right. The way he leaves the floor for these slams is just simply breathtaking.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Thomas finds Carroll. Passes it to Gibson. Pittsburgh working the ball around. And it's Hood in the corner. Shoots over Walker. Misses off the right iron.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
And it's DeRozan missing.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
And it's Kaminsky, top of the key. Outside for Thomas. The pass to Carroll. Right wing. Left side, Hood. It's tipped. Shoots over Walker. Misses off the left iron.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
A different look now for San Antonio. Bryn Forbes comes in for Walker. And it's Mills in for Murray. Hood kicks to Thomas. Here's Kaminsky. Cans the 12-footer. Kaminsky's got 11 points.
Soft touch on the mid-range jumper. Kaminsky taking what the defense gives him.
Pass to Gay. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That's foul number 2 for him. Pittsburgh trails by 13. Thomas kicks to Kaminsky. Good on the wing. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And it's Mills with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Aldridge with it. Kaminsky's there. Yep, that one goes. That's now 8 points for Aldridge.
His mid-range game is what sets Aldridge apart from the other bigs in our league. He's about as accurate a shooter as you'll find among players with his size.
Carroll kicks to Thomas. Pass to Hood. Passes to Carroll. Shoots over DeRozan. No good off the front iron.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Taj Gibson picks one up.
And the astonishing athleticism of Gay puts defenders in a bind. He knows how to get under their skin.
The Spurs have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Rudy Gay hits them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And the pass to Kaminsky. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 7 rebounds in the game. That's good from Gay on the assist by Mills. Gay's got 10 points here in the second half.
And the 3-pointers is becoming a weapon for him now. You can see it. I mean, this is his second of this half, 3rd overall.
Pass to Hood. To halt the run. The rebound by the Spurs. Aldridge has got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Forbes. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 19.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, you hear that? No, you don't hear anything. They silence the crowd with this big lead. No sign that they're letting up.
And again, it's Pittsburgh missing.
Their stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
DeRozan, that's good. DeRozan's got 11.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
I'm 0-3 right now.
Their offense has ground to a standstill.
Carroll with the 3. Rebound San Antonio. Gay's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. DeRozan's shot is off.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
Carroll kicks to Gibson. Thomas passes to Carroll. And here is Kaminsky. Right side Thomas. Hood finds Gibson. Fires from 14. And it's Gay with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Mills passes to Gay. Spurs passing it around.
Come get it, come get it.
San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Outside Thomas. He feeds it to Kaminsky. Dishes it to Carroll. To end the drought. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And how about Carroll using his size there, taking it strong inside.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. So Pittsburgh going with almost an entire new group here. Daniel Tice is checked in for Frank Kaminsky. Anthony comes in for Taj Gibson. Bradley's checked in for Rodney Hood. And Satoransky's subbed in for Thomas. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Aldridge. Bertinus comes in for Rudy Gay. DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for Brent Forbes. And Derek White subbed in for Patty Mills. And again, it's Pittsburgh missing.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Pittsburgh trails by 18. Here's Anthony. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Anthony's got his third bucket of the night.
And Melo, a skilled shooter. If he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
DeRozan surveying the D. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. DeRozan's got 13.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Pittsburgh, they've shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. And he makes the first. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for... Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. That's good from DeMar DeRozan. Every once in a while, we hear about the brotherhood of the NBA. C-Webb, when you hear that term, what does it mean to you?
It means it's the truth. When I got to the NBA as a rookie, the thing that amazed me the most was that I was already part of a fraternity. There was no having to be kind of welcomed in. You are welcomed in once you're part of the NBA. Guys want to see you do well. Right. Not against them, not against their team, but guys want to see you do well because they know the work, the effort, the sacrifice that it takes to get to this level. And that's a really refreshing feeling, knowing the guys got your best interest as long as it isn't against them that night.
Yeah, great perspective on that topic. Taj Gibson is out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Rodney Hood. Then it's Damari Carroll. And it's Thomas in at the point guard. And again, it's Pittsburgh missing.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here is Forbes, defended by Gibson. And stolen by Hood. Thomas gets a wide open look from outside off the mark.
I don't care how wide open he is. He shouldn't be settling for a three-pointer.
Mills looking it over. Aldridge kicks to Forbes. He dishes it to Mills. Shot clock at 6. Drops in the tray.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Stacks on stacks on stacks. They're looking to stack up some points. They've gotten into a nice groove from out there.
Down low, Gibson. Fade away. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. DeRozan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Thomas. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
Thomas kicks to Carroll. Will it go? Nice D from DeRozan.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own. I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. C-Webb, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
No, Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game. As I travel to different places, the one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling and You know, I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to, oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that, not giving me a handicap and a crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curb on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get you in the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
Hood deciding where to go with it. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And hate to make a mistake there. Have to stay focused.
You're so right. Trying to shrink the deficit, sometimes you push too hard to make something happen.
Davis Bertans checks in for San Antonio. Pondexter comes in for DeMar DeRozan. It's Aldridge penetrating. Mills in the corner. Kicks to Pondexter. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Pulls up on the wing. It's deflected.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for San Antonio.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, right side Hood. Trying to get something going. That one doesn't drop. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Gay dishes to White. Pirtle kicks to Gay. Back to Pirtle. No good on that one. Great D that time from Gibson. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And stolen by White. Pass to Bertans. Gay against Hood. From 12 feet out, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Wow, this is just a huge road win. These guys banded together. Just an awesome performance.
Carroll for 3. It counts.
And hard work has always been Carroll's calling card. He put the time in to develop that shot.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, folks, I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Pittsburgh Force going up against the Brooklyn Nets.
This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. To the Spurs. And guys, the hometown fans not pleased with that dreadful performance. They saw their team get knocked out cold.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
Well, that was an absolute beatdown, and you hope that they learn and move on from it.
So the Nets starting five. Hollis, Jefferson, and Allen together down low. Russell and LeVert in the backcourt. And it's Harris in at the three, the small forward. Out to Russell. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Tice. For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Jazz in Utah. Thomas against Russell. Thomas feeling it out a bit. 5 on the clock. Shoots it up. And that one goes long. Harris outside. Pass to Allen. Russell against Thomas. And Harris wide open. He shoots with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
Now here's Hood. To the inside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, Rodney Hood not bashful about knifing into the teeth of the defense, given his quickness and length. Very comfortable operating down there.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Kenny Atkinson.
Kevin, he said it was all about taking advantage of what the defense gives them tonight and not forcing things. He said the team that beats us more often than anyone is ourselves. When we lose focus, it's very difficult for us to win. It's something I stressed to the guys on the way to the arena. We'll see if they heard him, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks for the report, David. So the goal is to come out early and get their shooters into a good rhythm right away.
And of course, that's always a goal. But the meaning behind it is that he wants them to play good, smart basketball, not taking too many chances.
Right. You've got to be able to use plenty of screens, not let players start to go one-on-one and try to do this thing individually. Run your sets, get the best shooters their shots.
It's stolen by Anthony. Hood finds Anthony. Passes it to Thomas. Back to Anthony. And stolen by Harris. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Russell with a wide open look. And he goes in for the dunk.
But how about the persistence from Hollis Jefferson? He's keeping possessions alive with his activity.
And it'll be Pittsburgh with their first time out of the game here.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
Thomas against Russell. Outside Anthony. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, sold him on the up fake, and Carmelo with a veteran move to get to the free throw line.
Pittsburgh shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe, and he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Thomas against Russell. Harris outside. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Harris has got 8 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
To the middle. It's deflected. Tice and Allen with the block, but they recover it. Anthony against Harris. Anthony, the pass to Tice. It's Thomas outside. And another shot. Tice, no good.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Nets leading by 9. Outside, Russell. That one off the back iron and out.
An obvious blunder by the defense that they get away with. Somebody's supposed to be checking him.
And here are the Nets. They're on a 12-3 run. Now the pass to LeVert. Shot clock at 6. And Russell gets it to go.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Pittsburgh trails by 11. Outside Thomas. Pass to Hood. From the arc. No good that time. The Nets go the other way with it. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, I thought they came in with an aggressive mindset. Just turns out it was too aggressive.
Right. They fouled way too much, and there's nothing wrong with being physical, but they overdid it in the last game.
Now here's Hood. Anthony down low. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
You know, that's one thing Melo has always been able to do. Use his strength to overpower you and get the advantage.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. When it comes to building confidence, Brooklyn shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Davis. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Harris. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. Now here's Thomas. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Anthony can't hit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
The putback, Davis on the follow. And the Nets lead by 20.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Unloads from 13. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Thomas got his first bucket in this one.
Well, you have to love the way Isaiah Thomas handles the basketball, Kevin. This guy's always in control. Ball is on a string.
Davis kicks to Dinwiddie. The Nets get it back in a new 24. And Davis throws it down.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away 100% effort all the time.
So much tenacity. Really tries to outwork everyone around him. Boy, nice stroke from downtown. Got it off just before the defense could react. That's his specialty.
Napier passes to Dinwiddie. Harris outside. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Pittsburgh trails by 17. Outside Thomas. Pass to Carmelo. No good on the triple. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They led the game at 1 point by 20. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Thomas finds Anthony. Pittsburgh working the ball around. Thomas passes to Anthony. Outside Thomas. Beyond the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Thomas got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Timeout called the Nets.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
I think sometimes that's all it takes, right? We'll see if it helps them moving forward in this one.
And Pittsburgh with some changes. Daniel Tice is checked in for Kaminsky. Gibson comes in for Jeremy Grant. Rodney Hood subbed in for Avery Bradley. LeVert's checked in for the Nets. Russell comes in for Shabazz Napier. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Russell. Harris has got 10 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Harris against Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
How about that? He made no mistake on that one.
Brooklyn leading by 16. Here's LeVert. Kicks it to Russell. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Pittsburgh pulls it in.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
It's blocked.
Well, that's about the long reach of Karis LeVert on the defensive end, swatting away an opportunity.
Russell dishes to Davis. And here's Harris from the arc. And the Nets, another three.
That's his first triple of the second period, third of the game.
And Pittsburgh with the possession here. 19-point game. Thomas with the ball. He has 5. Outside Anthony. Lets it go with the 3. A rebound by the Nets. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pulls up for 3. Pittsburgh pulls it in. Tice has got his 5th rebound in this one. Thomas against Russell. Outside Thomas. 5 to shoot. From deep 3-point range.
Come on.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You look at the Nuggets. They've climbed all the way up to the 2nd spot.
And I think for Pittsburgh,
Brooklyn leading by 19. Russell finds Hollis Jefferson. Taken away by Anthony. The pass to Thomas. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
We know this about Isaiah Thomas. The guy has no fear. He will attack defenders inside regardless of their size.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
There's 2 things you always...
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Nets out in front.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They're leading by 16. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, right now, they're winning the battle above the rim. I'm talking about all their offensive rebounding, just a ton of second chance opportunities. They just wanted it more.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the 3rd period.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
Yeah, what a shot in the arm he gave them in that first half. The 3 ball just kept falling.
Yeah, Greg, this guy phenomenal from distance, dropping in 3 after 3 after 3, and the defense has got to make an adjustment.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Pittsburgh, looking at who they've got out there. Thomas is out there with Hood. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then it's Anthony. And it's Tice in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
they've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And that one is good.
At 6'7", Karis LeVert knows how to use that size, especially inside. He knows how to handle himself in there.
Now, here's Thomas. Put on the wing. Anthony down low. Harris is there. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
You know, Carmelo Anthony, problematic for the defense. He spends so much time at the line, keeps you on a string.
Harris passes to LeVert. Russell looking it over. Three-pointer. The rebound by Gibson. Pittsburgh trails by 15. Anthony kicks to Tice. Anthony against Harris. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
What a fantastic game he's had on the offensive end. If only his teammates could keep up.
For Pittsburgh, they've made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. Nets leading by 12. 90 seconds now into the second half. Pass to LeVert. Russell from long range hits the three-point bomb. Russell's got 5 now.
Well, it's key that you've got to maintain concentration throughout the game. And D'Angelo Russell, nice job in the catch and shoot.
Thomas against Russell. Thomas dishes to Carmelo. Excellent D there from Allen.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
Pass to LeVert. Over Hood. And it's LeVert missing. And so Thomas will bring it up for Pittsburgh. Down by 15. And good that time. 16 points for Carmelo Anthony. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Russell finds Allen. Here's LeVert. Up top, Russell. Clock at 6. Harris passes to Allen. And it's Allen with the jam.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
And Pittsburgh with some changes. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. Grant comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Avery Bradley in for Hood. And then for Brooklyn, Davis comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. Now here's Anthony.
It's like $9
16 points
right now,
for him. Launches it. And Napier pulls it down. Napier's got his 4th rebound in this one.
He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no threes since then.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific.
How can you see they can run it?
Now here's Thomas. Napier covering. Harris against Anthony. He kicks it to Bradley. Back to Anthony. Over Harris. Some solid defense from Harris. Nets leading by 17. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
That's great.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And Pittsburgh with the possession here. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Boy, his marksmanship has been unbelievable this quarter, and they're still down.
Here's Allen. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 4 assists in the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 18.
It never ceases to amaze. Melo makes putting up big numbers like this look so effortless. What a performance.
Napier kicks to Davis. Napier passes to Allen. Harris outside. There's the triple. They get the rebound. Davis. And Grant sends it back.
Well, he's got to be a defensive stalwart. And Jeremy Grant using his size to send it back.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Outside Thomas. Anthony kicks to Grant. Anthony finds Grant. And there's Pittsburgh with another bucket.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Passes it to LeVert. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This is his first chance at the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
To me, Harris.
Here's Anthony. Dishes it to Gibson.
Hey, close out on Avery.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. He's off on that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. We've got LeVert. Russell is out there with Napier. Then there's Davis. And it's Dinwiddie in at the small forward position.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Anthony, the pass to Gibson. We've seen, Doris, the NBA take a very active role in growing the game internationally. Talk about some of the specifics you've seen in that regard.
Well, I think you have a great leader at the top in Adam Silver, who understands that the game is growing on an international stage. It's becoming increasingly popular. And so you see NBA teams going over and playing regular season games in different countries. That's one particular way. Then you have the NBA Cares initiative, which when those teams are over there, they can go out and build basketball academies. NBA in Africa is a once-a-year trip, and they bring 2 teams of NBA players. Think about some of the players off of that continent where they have turned into legit stars. So I think it's important that the game continue to develop, and I love that the NBA considers it part of their responsibility.
Thomas checked in for Pittsburgh. Allen's checked in for the Nets. Harris comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. There's Russell with the 3. Pittsburgh pulls it in. Tice has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Pittsburgh trails by 20. Outside Anthony. To the paint. Here's Hood. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And that's now 9 points for Rodney Hood.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Here's Thomas following the bucket by the Nets. They grab their own miss.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Inside. Out to Harris. And there's the pass to LeVert. Just 5 to shoot. Over Gibson. And it's LeVert missing. LeVert's gotten 3 of his 8 shots to go, around 37%. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, averaging over a half dozen free throw attempts a game for his career. I mean, Melo's so skilled at getting to the free throw line.
Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Ed Davis. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They lead by 17. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Here's LeVert. Oh, that's blocked. They retain possession. Allen, that's good.
Timeout, timeout.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh.
definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And they were in danger of losing back-to-back games before he stepped to the forefront here tonight. This was not a game he was going to let get away from him. It's the Nets now, following the miss by Taj Gibson. Fires from 18, and that one goes long. Pittsburgh trails by 19.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Nets.
The key here, guys, was second chance points.
They pounded the offensive glass and won the scrambles for loose balls, giving them plenty of added opportunity.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Allen.
He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
Well, D'Angelo Russell is a dynamic scorer in the end.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel